You're not crazy for thinking differently. Everybody wants you to think the way they want to think. As far as society, how they say the saying goes, as far as the crowd follows the crowd, the sheep follow the sheeps, right? Getting led by other sheeps. And it's a thing where, especially how bad it is now on the internet, where you have a different thought than other people. They think that you're either hating or that you're just trying to be better than somebody else in different cases, scenarios. And it's a very weird thing because it's like, since when did we all have to think the same way? As long as you're trying to make your life better in a positive way, I don't see anything wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as dreaming big, I tell you, I come from a family that, a family, they get a little ignorant, you know what I'm saying? And I was always told that I talk like a white kid. Yeah, I talk like a white kid. That's why I was always told, because I didn't talk a certain way, or that I didn't behave in a certain way. And that was just never how I was raised in that certain matter. Like, my mom, she just made sure that we was responsible and we went to school and did things, and she didn't had no tolerance with dumb stuff to be doing as kids, and allowing us to grow up and get into a lot of troubles. Now, as we get older, when we become adults, that's our responsibility of whether we stay in trouble or not. But again, it's people are going to find ways to make fun of you because of, quote unquote, they insecure with themselves, or they don't like how they see themselves in the mirror when they look at you. And that's just how it is in life. People tend to want to point fingers at you before they point fingers at themselves when they don't want to look in the mirror. And that it's a thing that they got to work on. You don't feel like that it's your fault, or that it's you the problem, because there's a high chance that it's not you the problem. Maybe it is, but I've seen many times where people get picked on, even myself get picked on, for just thinking differently and don't want to act as the norms of what people want to subject and put their ideology on me. And it's crazy that we get to that point where that is it. Is it that you go with this, or you just not fitting the norms with us, and you're not cool? And I seen it on YouTube where, like, there's certain communities that, quote unquote, if you don't act a certain way, and you just not going to get pushed. They're not gonna subscribe to you. They don't want to mess with you because you, quote unquote, corny. And it's so stupid because nowadays we have the internet where you can connect with anybody. There's so many people who have the same interests as you. Why do I care about somebody don't like me because my personality? Who gives a fuck? You don't pay my bills. You don't pay my bills. You don't take care of my family or none of that. So I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I had to get to a point in that in my life where I realized that people are not here to support you regardless anyways. They care more for themselves, just like how you have to look out for yourself. And that's just the reality of it. You know, you're gonna meet some good people on your journey that are supportive, that wants to see you win. But not everybody cares. And it's not that people want to see you downfall. They don't want to see, it's not like they want to see you lose. It's just people don't care. People don't care about where they are, where you trying to head at in your life and your dreams and goals. Which segue to another thing is, it's okay to dream big and focus on your dreams and your goals, and to be selfish in that. Because when you get older, the only person who's going in that casket is you. It's you. Only you is going to that casket. Nobody else. If you're not happy with where your life is at, don't let people control and tell you what you cannot do in your life. Seriously, because you're gonna have so much regrets if you don't change the direction where you want to be at in life. You're gonna have so much regret. And I had to look at myself and say, bro, I don't want to be getting to a point in age where I feel like I can't do the things I want to do in my youth and in my prime years, because I let people dictate of what's right and what's wrong. People is gonna tell you what's right and what's wrong, that you should do this because it's the right thing to do. You should do this because it's the only way to do it. And they put all these traditions on you just so that way you follow the norms of what they do, or because in the fear that they can't do what you are having the courage to do. Have that courage. Stop listening to those folks, because if they not where you at, if they're not where you want to be at, then don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Take things from a grain of salt, because you can always learn something from a person, but don't take everything from them. Don't listen to them, because they're not where you want to be at. Why take something, advice from somebody that's not where you want to be at in life, that don't have the type of mindset you want to be at, they don't have the type of career that you want to be at. Listen to the ones that actually is where you want to be at, as far as the right career, they have their relationship in the right place. You know what I'm saying? They balance, they spiritually balance, and they in material wise, they accomplish things in the outside world, and things like that. Listen to those folks, right? Because those the people who actually have a certain mindset to get to where they need to be at. So again, it's just one of those things where people are entitled in some ways to feel like they can project their ideology onto another person. And the last time I checked, we are individuals. We're not twins. We're not all here to be twins. We're not all here. We are a human civilization that are each equally individuals, right? I have the same potential to do the exact same thing as another person that I'm inspired to be, or I inspired from, right? And that's just how it is. Like, so again, I'm gonna make this really quick and short. Just don't listen to those folks, because they don't have always your best intent. They don't. They don't. Don't follow the flock of birds, the herds, that the ones that are gonna end up getting you slaughtered because they heading to the wrong direction that you don't want to go. Straight up. And it's just not. It's just something that I had to put out. And yeah, man. Yeah, I that's the message right there. Hope y'all got some value from that. Hit the subscribe button, and see y'all in the next one. Peace.